Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth by a couple of legends, and yes, we do use that term loosely. David Pollack from the University of Georgia and former Gator Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's get down to the field. Kansas State about to kick off to get this game started. And it's caught from inside the 20, and here he comes. Needed just a little more help to turn that into a big return. They'll mark him down at the 29.
Okay, ready?
Goes to the option. Oh, better look out. Got enough for the first. There he goes. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
That's the danger as a defense when you're playing against this guy, because you know you're going to see the option. And if you don't have a player dedicated to pursuing and stopping him, he is going to burn you like he did right there. He has elite speed. You saw it on that option play.
Gets the back moving. Trying to beat him to the left. Running into the open space. Brought down just outside the red zone. He moves the chains. It's at the 22.
And this is a really good job of getting on the perimeter so quickly. When you run these tosses, you get away from the big boys. And when you got speed in the backfield, let him do the rest, right? Flip it to him. Let him get outside. Let him run the football, make a big gain. When you got speed at the running back spot, you definitely want to toss it to him and get him on the perimeter.
The offense down to the 22 on 1st and 10. Might as well run him until they stop him. He's got it again. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. The Bearcats can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. The handoff to Johnson. Got some room, headed to the goal line. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati!
The coaches always talk about starting fast and taking that opening drive and really setting the tone for the football game, and that is exactly what they did. And they finish it with a good brand of physicality, running the football, ending the drive, and getting off to the 6-0 start.
Getting set for the extra point after putting the scoreboard to work for the first time. And with the extra point, they get the first 7 of the game. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished it with a beautiful 15-yard run for the score. He'll start the return inside his 5. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4.
And those body blows really, really matter. Like, I want to be able to hand the ball off to my running back 10, 15 times a game. Make the defense tackle him, wear him out. Sometimes these 3 to 4 yard runs, later in football games, they turn into 5 to 15 to 20 yard gains just because of the body blow effect.
And they can't make the connection.
And I know it wasn't successful there, but you can go back to last week. Like, they're going to throw this man the football. They find creative ways to get him the ball. Really good coaches get their playmakers the ball in space, and that's what I like about this offense. I bet they come back to him and find a way to throw him the football somewhere.
They come to the line facing 3rd and long from the 25. Off the RPO, fire right, trying to convert. Still on his feet at the 45. And the big gain, and they've got it on the 46.
Man, what a weapon in this offense. To have a tight end that you can throw the football to, not just over the middle, not just to move the sticks, but a guy like this that can absolutely blaze, like a Warren, like a Bowers we've seen over the years, that can make huge plays down the field after the catch.
After picking up a couple at 2nd and 8. To the air, it's Barnett. Shoots it to the left. And he dropped it. It looked for all the world like that would be a catch, and he just got too excited.
Well, I don't know if the big fella got freaked out because he was so wide open on that play, but that is a catch he has got to make for his quarterback.
After the 2nd down misfire, looking at a 3rd and 8. On the ground, it's Edwards. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down.
It's so nice as an offense to know you can generate explosive plays by handing the football off to this guy. He has got incredible speed.
To the air on 1st down. Moving out of the pocket. And with not much doing downfield, he found his parents open in the stands and threw it to them.
Good decision by the QB. You're outside the pocket. You're trying to find an open target. No one's open. Throw it away and live to play another day.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. That's caught. It's Bond. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the 1st down line?
Offenses don't like being in these situations. They don't like having little success on 1st and 2nd down, because now you know I got to pass the football. I got to air it out. It makes me really predictable. So let's make sure you take care of the football and find those plays you really like.
Defense getting stingier in their own end of the field. It's 3rd and long from the 28. Tight end finds a soft spot. Just across the 20 with a 1st down at the 19.
That's really got to make this offensive coordinator feel good calling plays. You get a completion on 3rd down early in the game, and he should be having a lot of confidence now moving forward in this game calling plays.
What powerful running, just driving the pile forward for everything he could get. He'll be just a few inches short. Leaves it with the back. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do.
And here's a fumble way behind the line. Oh, and they get the ball back, but that's just going to make it much tougher on this drive. Defense rose up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a 2nd and long coming. To throw, it's Barnett. Looking for the score. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
And you've got a golden opportunity here now on 3rd down. I know you just threw an incompletion, but you've had a really nice drive to start this game. You want to cap this thing off, and you want to do that by scoring a touchdown. So think about who your best playmakers are and who needs to get a look on this critical running it or you're throwing it, the best players touch the ball right here.
On 3rd and long, a check down would be the last resort. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
Really nice 3rd down sub defense there that time. It's 3rd and long. They're expecting pass. And they're mixing up their looks. They're trying to change the picture pre-snap to post-snap to confuse the quarterback. Now forcing an incompletion, setting up 4th.
Absolutely center cut. That'll bring him to within 4.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
From inside the 15, here comes the return. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. First play of the drive comes from the 22. Use the play fake, now to throw. He just treated that thing like a hot potato, and they're going to call him for grounding. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. He'll pull it down. He found a little opening and got loose. They couldn't stop him in the backfield, so a solid pickup there.
Well, you're making a positive out of a negative. And that time, quarterback, nice job, buying time. He's trying to throw the football downfield. Nothing there, so instead of throwing it away and getting the incomplete, just get what you can get and make this next down more manageable.
Not exactly the ideal situation for this offense. 3rd and long, backed up inside their 20. Wants to throw. It's Sorsby. Fires to the wideout. He makes the catch. They'll keep this drive moving by picking up the 1st down. They have it at the 36.
Well, I think on that play you saw why this guy's such a big weapon in this offense. At receiver, he does such a nice job with his routes. He's patient, and he's consistent, and he's got good hands. You don't see him put a lot of balls on the ground. Nice job there picking up the 1st down.
They've got it at the 36. It's a 1st and 10. Wide receiver comes in motion. The give to the tailback. You want to make sure to maximize those types of runs, and he gets it out to the 41. How about these two running games so far? Dominance on the ground as we look at the 1st quarter stats. They've switched into the field, and we're ready to get things started here in the 2nd. Win with the running game on 1st down, now back at it. They'll run the toss. They tried to turn the corner on him, but the defense was ready, and they knock him down for a loss.
And you don't always see tosses into the boundary. Most people want to go to the wide side of the field. Defense was ready. Not as much space when you go wide out there, but more importantly, the defense doing a great job winning, setting the edge, running to the football, shutting the toss down.
They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Making side adjustments here. Back to pass, it's Sorsby. Here comes the heat. On target. That'll get the job done and move the chains, and they'll mark the ball at the 45. And the Bearcats come to the line in the hurry up.
All right, defense, you got to turn the page. You just gave up an explosive play through the air, but here comes the offense going quickly. You got to get lined up now, get ready for another one.
Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with the big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
Well, it wasn't a great start for this quarterback, but on this drive, he seems to be turning the corner. He just looks like he's playing in a different rhythm. He's seeing the field better. It's almost as if the game is starting to slow down for him. And I think on that last completion, it was a good example of that.
The Bearcats have it with a 1st and 10. They'll send the back in motion. Looking downfield on 1st down. Flips it out on the screen. Runs through the tackle. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. To the air on 2nd down. Caught in the backfield, it's Johnson. Breaks into the open. He gets it past the 1st down marker, and a really nice job to set up that screen and move the sticks. Motion from the wideout. They'll run the option. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that.
This offense is perfectly fine with a little game because they're going to make you tackle this all game long. They're going to make you think all game long. So they'll keep running it ad nauseum and just wait for that one opportunity when you don't do your assignment.
Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. Wants to adjust the pattern. Looking to throw, it's Sorsby. He's got his man, makes the grab. Stopped at the 3, but it'll be enough to give them a 1st and goal.
And you got man-to-man coverage, and you're running that curl route, that ball has to come out. You know you're going to get hit. Like, you know you stopped your route, he's going to be right there, but he does a great job securing the catch, getting the 1st down.
The Bearcats will try to put one on the board on 1st and goal. Trying to power it in. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. We'll see if the offense can punch it in on 2nd and goal. Tries again to get it in. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
And with the stuff there, Jesse, on 2nd down, this little 3rd to mid-range, you got 2 downs. What are you thinking here?
Maybe getting your quarterback out on the perimeter and giving him a run-pass option. See if you can get the defense in a bind.
Motion from the back. Try to barge their way in. And they'll knock him down.
Well, you got to give this offense a lot of credit because they've been really physical. They've been doing a nice job running the football on this drive, getting themselves into this position, 3rd down in the red zone. They've got a 4-point lead. Obviously, a huge 3rd down here, but even if they don't get it, they can kick the field goal, make this a 7-point game. Obviously, they're thinking touchdown, try to make this a 2-possession game.
They'll take this lead to the 2-minute timeout and see if they can tack on a little more before the break. The offense trying to find a way on 4th and goal from the 2. He might want another play. They got him. It's a sack, and what a stop for this defense to turn it over on downs.
Man, that stings. You go all the way down the field, you get a 4th and goal situation, and the offense comes up small. The defense gets the sack. No points for you.
They're looking for an advantage in the running game to the right. And he doesn't find much running room. A short gain on the play.
Run game is good. Balance is good. Now listen, if the run game isn't good, then you got to pass the football a little bit more. But sometimes you got to keep them honest, take them chunk by chunk.
Back to throw, it's Barnett. to the tight end. No chance to run, but they still moving forward. IndyCar tempo as they head to the line for this third down play. Clock running. They'll try to pick up the first through the air. Quick strike complete. At the 35, he's open. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. Give to the running back. Turning it on. He stopped at the 49 after gaining 10. Kansas State pushing the pace. Looking to throw on first down. A little too much on that one, just out of his reach.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. They'll move the wide receiver. They'll go back to the air on second down. Sure hands, it's Bond. They run him out of bounds. He gets it to the 47.
Now, you've seen the evolution of these slot receivers. They're just matchup nightmares. They're hard to get your hand on. A lot of times, they're off the football. You can't jam them. These guys are so productive, and offenses really feature their best players most time in those slot positions.
Big third down here. They need to get the ball to the 41. Caught in the backfield, it's Hawkins. Putting together a real scoring threat here as they pick up the first down at the 36. Plays like that put just a second of hesitation in the defense to make sure, and they're able to take advantage here.
And they use the great timing with this call, right? Like, you can't call this play all the time, but you want to catch them when they're a little bit aggressive, not thinking about it. Nice job slipping the screen behind them, making the easy catch, and then getting downfield, picking up some extra yards.
Clock's running, and they'll try to get to the line, warp speed for second down. Scanning the field, it's Barnett. He misses his man. The accuracy just not what it needed to be on that play.
And I think out routes are solely about timing, because that wide receiver is going to get to a point and break it off straight to the sidelines, and you could just tell he put too much mustard on it and just led him a little bit too far.
It'll be third and long. Here's the handoff. He did not make it a stone wall on third down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. It's fourth down, and they'll try the field goal. He's already made one field goal, but this one is going to need a big leg. A 50-yard attempt coming. There's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. Kansas State will have to punt it away. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. How about this? A fake. Unloads to the right. Oh, he picked it off. Bringing it back. And they get the takeaway and prevent points from going up just before the end of the half.
What a big game-changing play. I love when you see defensive players, they jump on the ball like they were the offensive guys. So aggressive, going and getting that pick, creating some big mojo for your team.
Waning seconds of the first half. Let's see how they handle it. Back to throw, it's Sorsby. And here comes the pressure, and there he goes down again. They'll use a timeout right before halftime, maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Just enough time for one final play in this half. Looking downfield very late in the half. He's going to let one fly down the middle. He's got it down the right side. Off and on. It's an end. Touchdown, Bearcats.
This offense looks like they're in a rhythm. Whatever they've been dialing up here in the first half, they've had a lot of success with. You saw it on that last drive here at the end of the second quarter. Scoring a touchdown, they're going to be difficult to stop in the second half. The defense needs to start making adjustments.
And the extra point makes it 14-3. That's the end of the second quarter. That means it's time to join Kevin in our halftime update. And the Bearcats will try to kick this one deep to get things underway in the second half. Coming out with it, it's Lockett. Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. Down 2 possessions to start this third quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the second half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
And it's a first down. They'll mark it at the 44.
What a run, man. I tell you what, it's hard to pop runs. It's hard to get 3, 4, 5, 6 yards a lot of times. But when you got backs like this who can make huge plays with the speed, getting out in the open field.
Oh, he's got some space. Couldn't ask for much more there. A first down, and they're down to the 42.
You're down. Obviously, at the half, you had a conversation. We got to come out and put points on the board. And, Jesse, it looks like they're going to start with the ground game.
And I love this, David, too. Regardless of whether they're losing or they're winning, come out here and try to be the most physical unit here in the second half. Get this run game established.
And he will wisely throw it to the kid playing the tuba.
Know the situation, know the game of football, right? When I start to get outside the pocket, I don't see anything there. I can throw the ball away. I don't have to take a sack, get a lost yardage play. I can just throw the ball out of bounds as long as it passes the line of scrimmage. We go on to the next down. No harm, no foul.
Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Dropping back, it's Barnett. Trying to burn this defensive back. Got it inside the 10. They make the stop at the 5-yard line, but they've got it first and goal.
No touchdowns yet, but that may change very soon after that long completion by the offense. Really great route, and a nice job of looking that one in. He set his offense up now in the red zone. They're looking to score some points.
Kansas State has it first and goal. Looking to throw. Back swinging for the goal line. Touchdown, Kansas State. A great catch and run for 6.
And this QB starting to do some work, man. The big explosive play in the passing game. You get inside the 10, you're thinking run. Everybody thinking run. You back it up with another pass, another great throw, and quickly this offense gets right to the end zone.
Almost had the completion, just missed it. This is really aggressive here. Still just a one-possession game in the third quarter, and they're going for the onside kick. They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. They reeled off a long touchdown drive the last time they had it. Much better field position this time around. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Well, you got got to give the defense credit. They knew a big key in this one was slowing this dude down, especially after how well he played the last time out. They have been swarming him. They have been gang tackling him and getting a lot of penetration up front.
Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Quarterback making checks. Looking downfield, it's Sorsby. Rushes on him. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain.
It's just so nice to have a QB under center. Nowadays in football, you can trust these guys. You put so much on their plate, and you tell them, go get positive yards when it's there. And a lot of these guys are such great athletes, they do it with ease.
Let's see what they find in the playbook for 3rd and long from the 43. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Pocket breaking down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35.
If I'm the offensive coordinator, I'm thinking about chipping this defensive end with running backs. I'm leaving my tight ends in to help this tackle because we cannot block him. He's already got 2 sacks.
They punted away on 4th down. Catches it at the 15. He did a great job finding some running room on that return and was able to set up the offense with good field position. K-State has the ball back and the Power Cat offense returns to the field. They put it in the end zone the last time they had it, and now an opportunity to really take control of this game.
You can feel the momentum.
There he goes. The 30. He's at the 10. Touchdown, Wildcats. And that one will put them up here in the 2nd half.
And to have a rushing touchdown of that type of yardage, you've got to be able to make something miss. It's one thing to get into the 2nd level, but can you make that last defender miss? And you saw it on that play. Once he was in the clear with his speed, he was gone.
Up by 1, they'll try to get the deuce and make it a field goal edge. To the air, it's Barnett. He gets it into the end zone for the 2, and now they lead by a field goal. They couldn't draw up a drive better than that one. Just gashed him for the big play in the running game. 1 snap, 1 touchdown. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd. From inside his own 10, he'll try to help out their field position. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. They went 3 and out last time. Now they'll look for some plays that work. Got rid of it in a hurry, but he couldn't find his man. It's incomplete.
You know, as an offense, when you're trying to complete these tunnel screens, you're going to have to be able to negotiate some of these defenders near the line of scrimmage. They're all looking to swat it away. Good job by the defense there.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. The option look. Finds his way ahead for 5, and now they've got it at the 28.
Playing the option, man. Consistently playing responsibility football. Nice job by the defense being where they're supposed to be. This option will just keep giving it to you over and over and over again, and you got to pass those tests.
In the gun, looking to throw on 3rd down. They're going to mark him just inches short of getting that first down, but he is so dangerous when he takes off on the scramble. Let's see what they do on 4th down. They're in their own territory, but they only need a few inches, and this is why you have a prominent jawline and an urgent resolve. They'll go for it. On 4th down, looking for the completion. Out of the backfield, he's open. And the defense makes the immediate
versatility at the running back position. On fourth down, everybody in the stadium is expecting if you throw it, it's probably going to a receiver or tight end. But because of his ability to catch the football, he makes a huge play for this offense and keeps the...
He's going to let one fly down the middle. Hits him inside the 20, still going. Slippery slide, find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Bearcats.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He'll bring it out. It's Lockett. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. Opening play of this drive will come from their own 23. Out of the gun to give to the back. Just enough there to get it to the 25. A pickup of 2.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground. Take away that run game. Make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
To the air, it's Barnett. Almost had the pick there. Would have been his second of the game. Instead, it brings up third down.
Well, a great job in coverage on the back end by the defense. You just got to finish the play. That should have been a pick.
Probably the toughest call on the play sheet. Third and long. Ball's at the 25. Here's the snap, itching to fire downfield. They're setting up the screen. Such a big part to convert these third downs, and they've got it at the 42. There's no need to panic or anything, but this would be a really opportune time to put something together and try to take control of this game.
And sometimes you just come out as the favorite, and you're a little bit flat, and you expect to win. And sometimes that leads to slow starts, but I think if they can get that passion, that adrenaline, they get a little fired up right here, I think they'll take care of business.
And they just got to make a play. They just got to get something positive to happen here, sort of wake them up, and then put another play back-to-back, and all of a sudden they get that momentum going. We know they've got the dudes. They've got the studs on both sides of the ball to win this football game. It just needs to start with one spark.
Motion from the wide receiver. Second down, they'll go to the air. Bring in the heat. Just had to get rid of that one. Good job to fight another play. And the Wildcats line up trying to move the sticks on third and short. From the gun, wants to pass. Finds his man. It's Hawkins. That'll be enough for a first down as he crosses the 50 and gets it to the 48. The Wildcats in the hurry up. The give on the inside. Got enough for the first down. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. They're down to the 35 on first and 10.
Defense gives up the pretty big run. They get the first down, and listen, you got to reload quick now because this offense, they got their foot on the accelerator.
Had to get rid of it quickly.
It's a smart decision by the quarterback, but it's a frustrating one also because you're trailing in this game, and you know you've got to hit some of these throws to get back in it. But the defense is doing such a good job in coverage. Nobody's open, so you've got to throw that one away. Smart decision, but it's a tough decision to make.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. The give to the left side. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the third. That's the end of the quarter, and Cincinnati is on top. 3 quarters are in the books. Time becomes a factor both in trying to hold the lead or cut into it as we take a look at the stats. Not only is the scoreboard on their side, but so too is time as we open the fourth. After swapping ends of the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on third down. The quarterback just lost track of the play clock, didn't get the snap off quickly enough. And they have converted their first 2 third-down opportunities, but this one a 3rd and long. Looking to throw, it's Barnett. Finds his big tight end. On 4th down, trying to find his man. Deep shot for the end zone. Touchdown, Kansas State. They move on top here in the 4th.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Hey, fellas, here's a quick update on a top 15 clash today. Nebraska is up big right now in what's shaping up to be a blowout they'll be talking about in Lincoln for some time.
Here comes the Cincinnati offense back on the field. Man, what a drive last time for the touchdown. That passing attack was lethal, David.
Yeah, and you know, you hear all these...
Lofts one deep down the right side. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. He was trying to get that return going instead.
This is what can happen at times. You get the snowball effect. Everything going their way in the first half. Big lead going into halftime, but it's mistake after mistake on both sides of the ball. And that interception, David, compounds the problem.
And this defense has completely changed at the half. How about it, man? They've come out aggressive now, forcing a turnover. All the momentum on their side, and the offense gets the ball back.
A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
And I like the first thought process right here. Run the football. We want to run that clock with the lead. Thank you to the defense for forcing that turnover, setting us up. Now, if we can put a few first downs together, we're looking really good.
Looking downfield, it's Barnett. Time running out, and he goes down at the 34. Now, a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Quick timeout call by the offense after the play.
Timeout, Kansas State.
Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, no secret what he needs here. He's got an open man. They'll get him down, but not before he crosses the 50. He's down to the 49. Boy, the defense really needed to get off the field there, and they just couldn't do it, and it's a fresh set of downs.
Man, that hurts. When you're trailing late in the ball game, you need those stops, and you get them to 3rd down. You get them to those critical points. Now they get the first down. You don't have many left. You better get aggressive.
Breaks into the open. And he runs it in for the score. Touchdown, Wildcats.
And that is a drive and a score they absolutely had to have. Now making it a two-possession game late in this one. It wasn't going to be enough to just play it safe, play it conservative, punt the ball away, and count on your defense. They were aggressive. They mixed it up, but getting that score, that is huge for their win probability now.
And the extra point extends the lead to double figures at 10. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finished that thing off in style with a 49-yard touchdown run.
Number 8 sets a kickoff.
No reason to risk trying to field that one as it skips through the end zone. It'll be a touchback. The Bearcat offense ready to go back to work. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
They're dealing with a second and long. Quarterback may change this route. Back to pass, it's Sorsby. Caught over the middle, it's Johnson. Good pickup, a little bit short of the sticks. And the Bearcats headed quickly to the line. Looking to throw for it. Grab near the marker, it's Johnson. A quick tackle made, but he's got ready for the first down.
Trailing like they are right now in the fourth quarter, their execution offensively is just going to have to be at a premium. You can't afford a lot of incompletions at this point. Everybody is going to need to be on the same page moving forward.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. Just a little too much there, a little too handsy, and they nabbed him for the defensive holding penalty. Free yards. First down for the offense after that penalty. Sends it back in motion. Wants to throw on first down. They've got the screen set up. And that did not work. Defense smelled that one out from the beginning. The Bearcats have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. To throw again. Spits it out to the back. Caught.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
Really good surge for this offense. They move the chains, and he's got it at the 34. This upset bid has been brewing since the start of the game, seemingly, and they are in a world of hurt at this moment, guys.
Yeah, keep the pedal to the floor, right? Don't let up. You've done a great job. You're the perceived underdog. You've taken control of this football game. Jesse, you got the formula right now. You got them right where you want.
Yeah, they've thrown caution to the wind in this game, right, David? I mean, they came in knowing they'd have to take some chances, and they'd have to be open and free, and it's worked to their advantage. Now's not the time to get tight if you're the underdog winning this game late.
He makes the tackle at the 23-yard line, but not before a pickup of 5 and enough for the first down. The Bearcats come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Sorsby. It's complete to the left. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. And the Bearcats with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Quarterback making adjustments. Second down, he'll throw it. Oh, they're after him. Grabbed in the middle. It's Johnson. They get him stopped at the 5-yard line, but it will be first and goal from there.
And a great job by the QB finding the running back, getting the football where he can do some damage after the catch, and most importantly, get the first down.
The Bearcats are threatening on first and goal. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Touchdown, Cincinnati! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house.
And that's step one. Great job by this offense getting in the end zone. Now you got to go get the stop. You got to get the football back. You got to find a way to do something to create a turnover, get an onside, to get the football back, to get back in this football game.
And they did tack on that extra point without any adventure. They got the touchdown they needed. Now trailing by a field goal, they'll line up for the onside kick. Few anxious moments there, but the hands team true to its name as they make the grab and get the ball. And here comes the Kansas State offense back onto the field. All right, this game just got tighter, and you just don't want to make a mistake here, David.
Especially in the fourth quarter. Remember, you're still leading this ball game. You're still going to execute the same way, Palmer. Don't get frantic.
Don't get frantic, but I would like to see them stay aggressive, too. You put a touchdown up on the board here, and this goes back to being a 2-possession game.
They'll be perfectly content to go right back to the ground here on 2nd and 8. They'll run the ball. The clock is on their side.
And talking to coaches this week, that's their guy. The running back is the guy they feel the most confident in. So I expect down the stretch, when you got to lead in this football game, you're going to keep hammering away with your best player.
And the Wildcats come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. It'll be a run on 3rd and short. At the 20, he's got space.
You got to be impressed by how you've seen this offense finish in this football game. They've been scoring points in the fourth quarter, just got a touchdown on their last drive, and there they rip off a big run. They are not letting off the gas pedal right now, and as a coach, you love to see that.
First and goal as they can just take their time and try to put this one out of reach. They'll try to get it in with the run. He's brought down at the 7-yard line, and they are threatening to take it in. Quick timeout call by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. And the quarterback's just going to take a knee. Well, look what we have here, guys. After all the early season doubts, these guys have put together a winning streak.
They sure have, man.